Canberra for Cam's Mortgage Minute on Friday, April the 5th. Hey, you're out in the spring market, you're thinking about buying a house, so you go out and you find the house that you really love. Next thing you do, you go see to the bank and you make a mortgage application, or you talk to a broker, they pull your credit, and there's some stuff on there you don't like, you weren't aware of. So, how often does this happen? Well, actually it happens quite a lot. There are a lot of folks who put the cart in front of the horse sometimes. They go out looking for houses, they get all excited, and unfortunately they haven't taken the time to take a look at their credit. So it's very vital that if you are going to be buying a house in the near future, get your credit report and know where you stand. I mean, it's a vital thing to do. And there's many different ways you can do it. Basically, there's a service called annualcreditreport.com. And they allow you to get a report every 12 months for free, and they basically use all three of the major credit companies that do the reporting. That's Equifax, basically Experian, and TransUnion. And they all will report. So what happens is every time you have any transactions with any merchants for a Visa, a revolving loan, anything like that, those report. Even things, believe it or not, I just had a client the other day and they had parking tickets they had not paid. And unfortunately, those parking tickets were reported to the credit bureau by a collection agency, so not good things. And you want to be aware of all of this stuff. So if you have anything bad or anything that's adverse, you've got ample time to fix it prior to the lender looking at it. And especially if your mortgage is going to be insured through CMHC or Genworth, or one of them. The bottom line is they're going to be seeing your credit, and if they are looking at your credit, you want to make sure you put the best foot forward. The other thing to keep in mind is that sometimes we get hung up on credit score a lot, but you have to realize your credit score is going to fluctuate from time to time, and that's not uncommon. The other thing lenders will do, as much as they will pull your credit at the beginning, some lenders will pull your credit at the end just before the mortgage is going to close as well. They do this typically if the closing dates are quite far apart and they have different policies lender to lender. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I have known clients who've gone out and they've bought a car and all of a sudden their debt servicing ratios don't work, or there's late payments that are suddenly reporting. You have to be adamant. As much as you're adamant prior to applying for credit, you should be adamant during the time it closes. Well, basically you should be adamant with your credit all the time. But if there was ever a critical time, it's the time in between when your subjects are moved and the mortgage closes. Nothing derogatory, nothing negative should fall upon that, especially if you've got a long closing. If it's a short closing, usually within 30 to 60 days, even 90, and most lenders will not pull a credit bureau during that time. So again, it varies lender to lender. So those are just some of the things that you have to keep in mind. And the other thing to keep in mind also is if you are going to be looking at doing something, every time you put an inquiry on your credit bureau, okay, we'll just have to get back to this one in a sec. So every time you put an inquiry on your credit bureau, it's going to definitely have an impact on your score. So if you are going to go looking for a mortgage, something like that, and you're ready to go, talk to a few people first. Make sure that they understand that you don't want your credit pulled right away. Get comfortable with the lending institution or the broker that you're going to deal with. And once you've found them, then they can go to town and do the rest of the work. And typically when they submit it, it's not going to have a negative impact because it all goes correlating around the same time and the inquiries are handled all concurrently. So that's the bottom line, folks. If you are serious and you want to purchase a house this spring or summer, start doing some pre-planning, check your credit. If you're confident your credit is exceptional, don't worry about it. But if you have any doubts at all, hey, you know what? It doesn't cost much. I mean, like I said, there's a free service for doing it. Get your credit score and bring it into us. We'll be happy to review it with you and go over it. And if we can make some recommendations, we will. And whatever else, we can take it from there. Anyway, it's been Cam for Cam's Mortgage Minute. Enjoy this weekend that's coming up, and I will see you on Monday.